Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show with your hosts Ken Tizzard and Music for Goats. Brought to you in full color and stereo sound with amplification provided by Trainer. Broadcasting into the world from Storyhouse Studios in Campbellford, Ontario, you'll hear the best of old country, folk, Americana, punk rock, and 80s music delivered into your homes every week for free. And don't forget your regular dose of new and original songs from Music for Goats. Never be alone on a Wednesday night again, 8 p.m. Eastern at 9:30 for those of you in Newfoundland. Join the Whiskey Wednesday regulars on Facebook to be a part of the conversation, or watch on YouTube as well. Pour a drink, a cup of tea, or a nice cold long tooth. Roll up your best smoke and sit back and relax. Don't forget to hit the share button to help spread the word. The Whiskey Wednesday Show, every week. Cheers. Hey, folks. How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? It is Whiskey Wednesday once again. And I'm just checking here. Stanley just had a little rollover just before we started, and my camera got jiggled. But that's what happens when dogs are in the house, you know. He was just trying to get away from my set list, which he'd been lying on seconds before. So Jack likes to hang out with Mom. Good dog. Jack likes to hang out with Mom, so he's in there. Oh, we got a great crowd here right off the bat tonight. Oh, what a show it's going to be. I'm so excited. This Doug interview, the interview with Doug Oliver, Crooks Rapids, it's a really, really nice piece, actually. It looks fantastic, and I did an amazing job of shooting it and editing it and getting the content. It was really a wonderful time. I'm excited to share that with you. Crooks Rapids Country Fest coming up this weekend. We'll have all kinds of information for you. Hey, Steve, Jordan, Richard, Debbie, Tony. The gang is all here. Steve, thanks, man. Last week, it's weird, you know, we do this every week. I still go out and do a few Watchmen shows here and there. When we can, we go out and we play a show, but I mean, my life has changed an awful lot. And I love these Wednesdays, and I've talked about it in great length with all of you. I love the guys that come out and put the time into learning the tunes and hanging out with us every week. It's a real special thing, and this week it was interesting because after last week's show I was kind of a little down and out for some reason, and Steve Ostafolo, I got a message from him, just some nice positive words on the Whiskey Wednesday show, and another message from somebody else this week who sort of is having a hard time, and said that, you know, the show has really helped them, you know, sort of given them something to do to escape for an hour or so. It's really cool. Those little messages of support and stuff are hugely appreciated. So I don't you know, sort of get a chance to thank everybody publicly, but that, you know, this last week was sort of another one of those eye opener things for me. Real nice to see. We are here tonight at the Whiskey Wednesday studio, Campbellford, Ontario, and. Was it Tony Arkell who requested King is Gone? Allison? Was it Tony Arkell who requested King is Gone? Yeah. It was Tony Arkell who requested King is Gone.
Excellent PA system.
Excellent, thank you, as you were. This is a song called The King is Gone. We're going to start it off with a little tune called Cherokee, learned to us from Luc Mercier.
He learned us good.
He learned us good. 1, 2, 3. Last night I hooked the seal on a Jim Beam decanter that looked like Elvis. Soaked the label off Flintstone jelly bean jar. I pulled me up a place on that one little table that you left me. I pulled me up a big old piece of floor. I pulled the head off Elvis. I filled Fred up to his pelvis. Yabba dabba doo, the king is gone, and so are you. Round about 10 we all got to talking about bedrock, Graceland and such. The conversation finally turned to women. They said they didn't get around that much. And Elvis said, find them young. And Fred said, well, old-fashioned girls are fun. Yabba dabba doo, the king is gone, and so are you. Later on it finally hit me, but you wouldn't be coming back no more. 'Cause this time you'll never forgive me. Like all of them other times before. And I broke Elvis's nose, pouring the last drops from his toes. Yabba dabba doo, the king is gone, and so are you. Yabba dabba doo, the king is gone, and so are you. Yabba dabba doo, the king is gone, and so are you. There we go, a little George Jones for you on a Wednesday night. The Wednesday night before Crooks Rapids, ladies and gentlemen, Crooks Rapids Country Fest this weekend, Friday and Saturday. They have amazing artists, many of whom I don't actually know. But when I watch their videos and stuff, I go, fuck, these guys and gals are great. And really, really good stuff happening in country music these days. You know, country pop, and then there's country rock, and then there's classic country. Actually, there's a whole bunch of countries now. But Dougie will tell you all about what they're doing over at their country fest, and I think it's pretty damn cool. So if I had a big stamp right now, I'd go ka-chunk, like an approved stamp. I'm not sure what approval I'd be. It's not an approval, it's a backing. It's an endorsement. A stamp of endorsement. That's a lot of letters to be on a stamp. It'd be a big stamp. I guess you could make the letters smaller. And it wouldn't be as official feeling, though. It would be more like, oh, here you go.
Maybe just give a stamp with a big giant check mark on it. That'd be easier.
See, I'm going to go get one of those tomorrow for Doug. Do they have those at the post office yet?
I don't know.
I'll have to go check. I'll have to go down and talk to the folks at the post office. My friendly post office ladies.
That's right.
They know everything that's going on.
Yeah, she'll make it very clear to you.
I will. What's that?
She'll make it very clear to you.
Yes, they will make it very clear to us. I don't like saying names. We're going to do a song called Mad World. This is not a country song. However, I have seen, was it Sierra Hull? The mandolin player. She's so much more than a mandolin player, though. She's an everything player. And I think I saw her doing this down at Merlefest. I was walking by the stage. I was on my way to another stage, and I'm pretty sure it was just her and a bass player doing it. It was pretty friggin' magnificent. What I could hear over the golf cart as we drove across the back field. I think there's like 7 stages on that show. It's on a college campus, and like every hill and valley has a different stage. It's beautiful. Yeah, quite extravagant. Not extravagant in the rich kind of way, of course. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere, and the tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hang my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson? Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very mad world. Mad world. Much larger than your world. Mad world. That was a groovy version of that one. Nice. Well done. Well done, David. That was good. That was good. David, we were talking on the porch just before you came in, and you had said, "Oh, by the way, And I said, what? You said, I'm going to need a microphone tonight. I have an announcement. I said, this sounds interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to put the spotlight on David.
I just wanted to wish my Aunt Eileen a very happy birthday.
Oh, excellent.
A couple days ago. She tunes in every week, so happy birthday, Eileen, all the way in Montreal.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a sweet thing to do. Some of Dave's first words ever are to call out happy birthday to an aunt in Montreal. What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart.
That's wonderful. And she's a lady, so we won't ask her age.
There you go. Never. Never. So we've got the telethon coming up. Allison's all crazy about a telethon. It's not so much about the telethon as the fact that it's a massive act of planning. She's already sort of 3 weeks and over 600 videos that she's watched to put together this 12-hour thing. I think we got some pictures of what she's got planned for everybody here. Let me see what comes up here on the screen there. Oh yeah, so this is like, for example, so Allison's creating a guide for everybody. It'll be in the magazine. And it's your telethon guide to 12 hours of the Whiskey Wednesday show. So like 10 a.m. is the welcome and the gospel hour, and then 11 o'clock is love songs and our girls. And it goes on and on right up till the band comes in like at 8 p.m., I think. We got a Ron Hines hour and there, a punk hour, non-musical, musical guests. It goes through everything. It's going to go through all the stuff that we've been doing. And it's neat to see because some of these pieces are way back on the couch. So it'll be 12 hours of this. This is sort of, this is like the gospel hour. So we've got like, you know, me doing I'll Fly Away with the band. We've got some stuff from the Pastor Ken where I actually play and put up charts for you to play along with on Sunday. We've got me and the girls doing a little, I can't remember what we were doing there. Oh, maybe Hallelujah. And William Prince, you know, like doing Old Souls. So it's all the gospel stuff. So that'll be in that hour. What's the next one she's got up? This is, the love song segment. She's got it all timed out too. Look, love song segment, 30 minutes. And she's got the times of the videos. So you've got this amount of time to talk. And so it's pretty cool though. Anyways, it's great. So like some of the early love songs, and then some stuff with me and the girls, the Evolution, Caitlin doing her own song with the band, and a bunch of Caitlin and Cassidy doing stuff with me too. So like that's the girls' 30 minutes. I think that's at like 11:30 in the morning or something. So it's going to be a real fun day. I mean, it is a fundraiser, and that's what we're looking to do, and there'll be more on that element of it. But it's just going to be a fun day to tune in here and there and sort of see stuff. And if there's a segment you want to see, something that you happen to be a favorite of, it'd be really cool to just drop in when you want to. That's happening on the 24th. It's a Sunday. I think it starts at 10 a.m. and goes to 10 p.m. But there'll be information on that if I'm wrong. I don't hear Allison screaming at me yet.
24th of September.
24th of September, yes. Oh, I'm going to do a song on my own now. Cool. Okay. I'm going to do a song on my own, and then we're going to get to Dougie Oliver. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to all hear what Dougie's been doing. I'm just going to take a quick look at the message board, see what's going on. King is gone for Tony Arkell. There you go, buddy. Finished off the Glummery and the Tomatin Wild. Oh yeah, to the infinity bottle. That's always a good thing to do. That reminds me, if you're drinking whiskey, this is the last of our sent-in bottles that we've got. If you've been waiting for the appropriate time to send a bottle in, this is probably the last week before we need more. I mean, we will buy some to be safe, but you can be added to our wall of whiskey, which is actually out of frame. I do believe, but we'll get to it another time. Emily Grant's on here, Mr. Grant. She's sending heart emojis.
Hey, Emily, how you doing?
3 hearts, isn't that nice? Cool. Joe, how you doing? Emily, how's my dad doing tonight? Emily would like to know, Mr. Grant. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Emily. How are you doing? Oh, that's good to hear.
It'll take a while for her to get back to you, but any news to share with him?
Not really off the top of my head.
Okay, didn't mean to put you on the spot, you know. And we've got Gregory from GMH Rocks here as well. And Gregory, exciting news for you. I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about it or anything, but I heard through the grapevine what was going to be happening, and fantastic. We'll be pumping lots about that. Gregory from GMH, nice to see you. There was supposed to be a Whiskey Winter Campbell for weekend. We were all supposed to stay at Sherry's place. I think you're right, Tony.
what?
Yeah, there was supposed to be a Whiskey Wednesday where we all go out to Sherry's and stay for the weekend. It was a Whiskey Wednesday weekend. And Ron Beesnet's getting his first order
First I
delivered
heard
from
of that one.
Longtooth. There you go. Nicely done. Nicely done. Eric from Spirit Leaf. Good to see you, brother. Eric, thank you for all the parcels you send over every time David comes for a visit. What's that?
What did he catch?
Yeah.
He went out tonight.
Oh yeah. What did you catch tonight? There, Eric. Dave is envious. He couldn't get out for a
But he
fish
he
tonight.
was with you in spirit.
I was.
Oh my God! Did you just say that for sure? You did too, didn't you? Okay, I'm gonna lay this down here. I hope everybody's having a grand old time out there. Takes me a minute to prepare for this one. Sorry, just because I gotta move some stuff around. I've absconded. Is that the right word? I've absconded with Mr. Grant's thingamajigger. Mr. Grant's thingamajigger.
Sounds like it required surgery.
I hope I survive.
I hope he did too, at least for another 5 songs. Yeah.
For those of you who are tugging in to hear, to see Dougie Olson, Dougie Oliver. I should get Dougie Olson on the show, actually. If Allison's watching, which I know you are, love, make a note. Doug Olson was the producer who did 2 Watchmen records. Real cool guy. I don't know what he's doing these days. Oh, I'm sailing away, my own true love. I'm sailing away in the morning. Is there something I can send you from across the sea? From the place that I'll be landing? No, there's nothing you can send me, my own true love. There's nothing I'm wishing to be owning. Just carry yourself back to me unspoiled from across that lonesome ocean. Oh, but I just thought you might want something fine, made of silver or of golden, either from the mountains of Madrid or from the coast of Barcelona. Oh, if I had the stars from the darkest nights and the diamonds from the deepest oceans, I'd forsake them all for your sweet kiss, for that's all I'm wishing to be owning. Oh, but I might be gone a long, long time, and it's only that I'm asking. Is there something I can send you to remember me by, to make your time more easy passing? Oh, how can you ask me again? It only brings me sorrow. The same thing I want from you today, I'd want again tomorrow. someday. It was from a ship sailing, saying I don't know when I'll be coming back again. It depends on how I'm feeling. Well, if you, my love, must think that way, I'm sure your mind is roaming, and I'm sure your heart is not with me, but with the country to where you're going. So take heed of the western winds, take heed of stormy weather. Is there something you can send back to me again? Spanish boots of Spanish leather. Little Bobby Dylan on a Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. It's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. Those of you listening in podcast form, thank you very much for tuning into the Whiskey Wednesday show in podcast form. I hear that it's quite good to actually drive around and listen to. I've had some people sending some comments on that. That's kind of cool. So, we're glad to entertain you that way as well. If you're watching during the week or a snippet thereof, again, thank you. We're going to get right into this thing with Dougie Oliver now. This is a fantastic piece. Dougie I'm going to explain it all as I talk to him. So why don't we just watch a little Doug Oliver here on the Whiskey Wednesday show, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few kilometers outside Hastings, Ontario, you'll find a small dirt road. Just like the other dirt roads in the area, but once you get over the crest of this hill, you'll see that this place is pretty damn magical. We're going over the crest here now into what is the site of the Crooks Rapids Festival. This is a huge piece of land just outside Hastings, Ontario. It's still inside the grounds of Hastings. There's Dougie coming over after mowing the lawn. Dougie is the owner, operator, creator of Crooks Rapids Country Fest. There's their wonderful memorial garden, which greets you as it comes in. Big part of what they do. We talk about this a little bit in the interview. You'll get to hear all about that. Crooks Rapids Country Fest is happening August 25th and 26th, 2023. Massive lineup. Let's follow Dougie Oliver down to the stage and see what this show is all about. Once again, these lands are beautiful. Nice little valley with the stage tucked right at the bottom. They built this new stage last year. They were bringing in some mobile stages, but they really stepped their game up and built this stage here to house all the acts. And we're lucky enough to be here today when everything is empty and quiet. And we're going to sit down and have a chat with Mr. Dougie Oliver, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.
A hug with my good buddy.
Dougie Oliver. I met Dougie years and years and years ago when he was a kid here in Campbellford, and he's gone on to be a world-class musician, played with musicians all around the world. He's been all over doing everything. My Darkest Days. How long were you in My Darkest Days for?
Oh man, long time.
It
Like
was a long time, wasn't
13 or something like that.
Crazy long
Yeah,
time.
something like that. It's been a while.
And then you left that and you started Crooks.
Cold Creek County.
Cold Creek County first, and that
Yep.
was with Brandon and a bunch of your other friends.
Yep.
And you guys did that. You got signed to Sony and went out on tour and did a bunch of that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then during the COVID hit and a little bit before, you guys sort of fell apart,
Yeah.
decided not to do it anymore.
Yeah, we just kind of grew apart, and like the industry was moving in different ways too, and it just kind of organically fell apart, I think.
Yeah. The
And,
industry had a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, just everything that happened, and but I kind of wanted to do this country music festival for like pretty much my whole life, or
Yes.
a music festival, and then So it was just kind of like the perfect opportunity to kind of switch over.
So you transitioned from musician to promoter.
Yeah.
And now you have this. I'm going to step out of frame so I can get some close-ups of Dougie here, folks, and also just kind of show you some of the area around. So Dougie, you left the music business as we know it, and you came out here and you got this field.
Yep.
This massive field here. Take a look at this, folks. This place is absolutely incredible. This is from the stage looking out, and it is the most spectacular piece of land I have seen for a music festival in a long time. And you do the Crooks Rapids Music Festival here. This is the 4th year.
Yep.
And you've had all kinds of bands here. Who are some of the bands that you've had? Some of your favorites?
Oh man, David Boy James, he's fantastic. He's coming back. He's actually played here every year. But we had the Roadhammers. We've had Aaron Perchette.
Very cool.
We had Black Mountain Whiskey Rebellion.
Yeah, they were great.
Eric Etheridge, Kelsey Kulik. Just all kinds of great. Oh, Jojo Mason.
Right.
He was a fan favorite as well. Like people just loved his show, so we want to get him back someday.
So you're getting a thing going out here where you're bringing in recording artists that are touring, but you're also bringing in a lot of local acts and young and upcomers too, right? Is that a big part of the
Yeah.
motivation behind the festival, is to help expose new folks?
Absolutely. We want, like, man, you did this stuff too, and you know how hard it is to get on a nice big stage and in front of
yeah.
a lot of people. And you know, there's a lot of great talent around here. Yeah, you might not hear of or know some of the names, but I promise you, we're bringing in good talent. Like we've taken the time to just find really good musicians, and they're right here in our hometown.
Of course.
You know, like this area. So we got to give them some, you know, some credit too, and get them out here and get them in front of some people. So, you know what I mean? It's a full circle thing for me. So.
And who's on the lineup this year?
Okay, David Boy James is headlining on Friday night. Ryan Anderson's playing this year, and
Excellent.
the Bearsfords. They're all on the Friday night. Also with the Road Apples, they're a fantastic hip band.
Yeah,
and they're
really
on the
good.
Friday night as
Yeah.
well. Saturday, headliner is Aaron Goodvin.
Yes.
And my buddy Jason Benoit is direct support for that.
Oh, very
Ireland,
cool.
Yeah, the Ireland Brothers will be here because they're a fantastic
Yeah.
band. Melissa Payne.
Melissa's hair. Oh, very cool.
So yeah, it's going to be a great lineup, man. We're super stoked about it for sure.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Around that.
So the new stage is pretty fantastic. You put this in last year, and this is a permanent structure now?
Yeah, I mean, we did the whole, we brought in the SL 260s and what like that, but they were just so crazy expensive.
Right.
I mean, they're cool, but we just thought, let's build our own stage, man. And
Build your own, man. That's the way to do it. And this is a beautiful stage. I couldn't believe how much room there was up here last year when I played on the. We did this last year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Goats.
Yeah.
It's a great stage, and you had great equipment. I mean, I don't know who you're working with for AV, but great stuff.
thank you very
Production
much.
all
Well,
around.
we've moved over a different company this year. Every year, there's companies throwing all kinds of
Exactly.
stuff at us. And
4th year. Where do you feel in your success plan of, like, we're 4 years in? I know you had 2 years of COVID, which kind of fucked it, but
yeah,
things
that
are
was
going
tough.
really well. Ticket sales are good.
Yeah, ticket sales have been the best they've ever been. You know, we've tripled them this year, and each year we keep getting more and more and more, and there's a lot more people reaching out, and it's great that there's a lot of other people that aren't from around here that are coming in, right? So, but it's great to see so many familiar faces and some new faces, and just, you know, giving some bands that might not normally have that opportunity to play something like this, give them a home to play or a start.
Right, exactly.
You know? So.
What made you want to do this, Doug? Out of all the things you could have done
Okay.
after music, aside from continuing to play, what
Okay.
brought you into, you know, sort of, it's out of one fire into another. It's
Yep.
not like you chose a comfy government job to
Yeah,
retire
no,
into.
Definitely not. Okay, so just yesterday I was out here cutting, and a friend of mine, Rick Duncan, he's you know, he was my father's friend. But growing up, when I was a little kid, he always had a party at his house, and it was live bands, and there was a stage, and I was like, oh man, this is, someday I'm gonna be on his stage, right? And then as years went on, I was about 14, 15, finally got the opportunity. He's like, yeah, your band's good, let's rock, you know, we'll get them on there. And that right there was like, I was like, I want to have this, you know what I mean, someday. But what happened was I ended up becoming a musician and then touring the world, you know, and then that all went and did its thing. And then I was like, you know, I've always wanted to have a concert or a festival, and so it was kind of a full circle moment again. And here it is. Like me and John, Seanie, my partner, who started this, when we walked over that hill, like this was like, 5 feet of like hay and grass, and there was trees and rocks everywhere. And like we saw this, you know what I mean? We walked right down here and we're like, if we just cleared all this out, man, it would be great. It's like a natural amphitheater style. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think what makes it kind of unique too is it's not just a flat property. There's so many.
The hills and valleys are amazing.
The hills and valleys, yeah.
And you've got sort of camping up behind the big Butler thing up there, and that's the beer tent.
That's our bar there, yeah. And on the other side of that, that's going to be like family camping.
Yeah.
These are going to be our VIP camping right up here.
Right.
Some more VIP camping here and vendors here.
Beautiful.
And then the rowdy ones usually go up the hill.
Right, yeah. There is another lot up there. And then, of course, where my car is there, that's where the backstage dressing rooms and trailers and stuff go.
Yep.
All the hospitality for the artists. It's a wonderful spot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, man. I mean, we've played enough of these darn things, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I thought this was perfect. So the artists can come off after their set, and everyone goes and does a signing. And you can walk right around there and come out this little area over here, right into their merch tent and do their signing. So
it's amazing.
It's just very easy from there to there, and then back to their dressing room. And we haven't had any problems. It's been a lot of fun.
The other thing I love about this stage is its depth.
Yeah.
So many people make a nice wide stage, and then like it's half too short.
Yeah.
As soon as you start putting gear and backline on it, there's
exactly.
it's ridiculous.
An
It's
8x8 riser takes,
Yeah, this is a great depth for a stage. It's amazing.
You. Yeah.
So how many people can this place house, and how many people do you expect?
Well, when we were doing the like the figurings of the property per square footage based on what you're allowed to have, we could put 16,000 people here, but we have a capacity limit at 3,000, just to start through the municipality, and just 3,000 people. It's not a lot of people, but it's a lot of people, and you gotta start small first, right?
And it keeps your security budget a little bit lower.
Yes,
too,
it does. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 3,000 people is perfect. And that, once you get everybody camping in here, it's a good sized crowd. They have a great time.
Yeah, it looked really good in here last year, and we've already tripled sales this year, so it's going to look
fantastic.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to it, man.
Well, it's a lovely site, and it's a lovely festival. What's the dates of it this year?
August 25th and 26th.
That's this weekend,
yeah.
Because it's now Wednesday.
That's right.
And that's this weekend, which is going to be fantastic. I'm here with the Irelands, lots of other great bands. I'll put that up. Aside from everything you do with this festival, which you do everything from the grass cutting to... You do everything, right?
Well, you got to wear a lot of hats.
Well, exactly. I mean, I know you delegate.
You
delegate a lot of stuff, but there's you and John, and you guys pretty much do everything all year round, top to bottom. Yep. How do you find time as an artist to still write songs? You put a single out recently that's been really kind of gratifying too. Thanks. Do you want to talk about that or no?
Yeah, sure. No, that's fine. Like after the festival ends, it's because I work all year up to it. And then once the festival ends, it's like, oh man, I can take a little break. And then that's when I can get back into my studio. And that's what I did last year, right after the festival. I took a little bit of time just to kind of recharge the batteries. And then I was like, you know what? I just want to seclude myself in my studio and lock the door, and see what happens. And then I put this single together, do it like that, which I wrote with a couple guys out of Nashville, Phil Barton and Bruce Wallace. And it just kind of was a whole new life for me, man. Like it felt good, and I did it for myself, and people are digging it, and it's organically doing its thing.
It's amazing.
And so I just kind of did it for me, man, not for anybody else.
That's there's. I mean, I like to think that all artists start there. The machine kind of changes that for people. 100%. I know you've been through that, and I've discussed it with 100 people. We don't need to talk about it. Yeah. But it is so nice to be able to do something for yourself and release it to the world and have people react to it. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you don't have to, it's your piece of art.
Exactly.
It's not, there's no one else's fingers in there saying, oh, it should be like this, or it should be this long. It's like, how I was feeling in the moment. I went in my studio and I just did what came natural to me, and that's what came out. So
that's amazing, man. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
Well,
thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And it's going to be a great festival as always.
Thanks, man.
And for everybody watching, this is Dougie Oliver here from My Darkest Days and Cold Creek County and now Crooks Rapids Country Fest. One last thing, Crooks Rapids Country Fest, where'd that name come from? Why is it called Crooks Rapids?
Okay, so we were trying to figure out what to call this thing, and way back in the day, and it's very important that we wanted to have it on Hastings soil. We're Hastings boys, and that was just important for us, right? But back in the day, before Hastings was called Hastings, Jonathan Crooks settled here and named it Crooks Rapids. So that we were like, you know what? I think Crooks Rapids Country Fest will work.
That is great.
John, I think, has suggested that too. Yeah.
So you say it was John Crooks?
Jonathan Crooks.
And does he still have any descendants here? Are there any Crooks
I don't know.
I
don't know, man.
In Hastings? That's so strange.
I believe he came here, he settled here, then it was called Crooks Rapids, but then he got called back out.
Right.
And then I don't really know what happened after that.
Yeah, I know a lot of the names up here and a lot of the properties were originally given to British and American soldiers who had fought in the war. They were given pieces of land, like Campbellford is named after a British soldier, I think it is.
Right.
And yeah, he was given the land by I can't remember the whole story, but it all had to do with the military and stuff. So
That's
it's
cool.
probably one of those too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, cool. And I just want a couple minutes of, I just took some pictures on the way in of your little flower garden / memorial garden. Why don't you
Yes.
tell me a little bit about what that's all about?
Well, that's super important, and that's another reason why it was important to have it on Hastings soil. I mean, we've lost so many people here. I'm not going to get into what or why, but we've just lost so many friends. You know, like a lot of mine are not here anymore, but they're right there, and we made that memorial garden for them, in memory of them. John lost his wife. It's in her name, you know, and it's just every time we come over that hill, it's like,
Yeah.
this is why we're doing it.
It's the
right?
first thing you see when you come in. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so that was super important for us to recognize them, and because they're here with us, man. You know,
Of course.
they're pushing us along.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to think that anyways. Well, thank you very much for taking the time, my friend. It's lovely to see you.
It's my pleasure.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, Doug Oliver, Crooks Rapids Country Fest. I'll put all the information up in the poster and stuff, and hopefully some of you will make it out this weekend over here in Hastings. Thanks a lot, Dougie.
Thanks, Ken.
Cheers.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to the Whiskey Wednesday show. Every Wednesday we will be here, rain or shine, richer or poorer. Tip jar is in the link above. Never expected but always appreciated. Never confuse the size of your paycheck with the size of your talent. I've got all the money I'll ever need if I die by midnight. Always appreciated, never expected. Please feel free to drop us a line regarding anything, including a link to your money. Cheers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken Tizzard. This is the Whiskey Wednesday show. That was Doug Oliver, ladies and gentlemen, from some of you know him from My Darkest Days or Cold Creek County. He now operates the Crooks Rapids Country Fest. Him and his buddy John Sweeney, I believe there's Sweeney. Yes, John Sweeney. I was getting this sort of Sweeney Todd thing was coming in there. And great place, great festival. I'm going to be there this weekend with the Island Brothers, playing bass. How weird is that, eh?
Not a bit, really.
Well, I guess it's not. But it, I don't play much bass these days.
I'll have to speak to them about next year.
I think you should, yeah.
Shoot off a cannon down the middle of Bond, attract no attention in downtown St. John. This getting nowhere is getting to me. Wonder where can you go to be all you can be? Well, no regular Joe wants to haul up and go, just wind up homesick with no one to know. Just a smoke and a beer
sorry you left, no choice but to leave. There's no change in the weather, no change in me. I don't want to leave, but you can't live for free. And you can't eat the air, you can't drink the sea. No change in the weather, no change in me. You can shoot off a cannon from the top of Long's Hill, and a Gulliver's taxi would be all you'd kill. We were promised the sun and the moon and the stars. We got weathered old clapboard and sawdust cars. So let me join the leaving with all of the rest to Montreal, Calgary, and Vancouver West. Lay down on a sidewalk and kick off and die, watching people not looking as they hurry by. There's no change in the weather, no change in me. I don't want to leave, but you can't live for free. And you can't eat the air, you can't drink the sea. No change in the weather, no change in me. No change in me. I don't want to leave, but you can't live for free. Down here you can't live for free, and you can't eat the air, you can't drink the sea. No change in the weather, no change in me. There you go, little Von Hines on a Wednesday night.
And speaking of St.
No
John's,
change in the
I
weather.
just remembered something.
What did you just remember,
I
Neil?
just remembered that it is Aunt Betty's birthday this coming Friday.
Is it Aunt Betty's birthday this coming Friday?
It is.
My goodness, how did you learn something like that?
Well, you know, I pay attention.
Good Lord. Well, Aunt Betty, I think this would be your 85th birthday.
I don't know.
Or no, that might have been
comment on
last
that anyway,
year.
Because after all, she is a lady.
Oh, you're right. It's
As
Aunt Betty.
mentioned earlier
It's her
with,
49th birthday,
I think 29th.
and that makes me incredibly young.
Well, you know, incredibly juvenile. We can.
We've already established that, Neil.
I know exactly.
Aunt Betty knows all about that. That's why she doesn't let me play my weed song.
Uh-huh.
Don't play that weed song, I'll leave.
No, she.
Okay, Aunt Betty.
And she does.
I don't like this song. I'm going to watch lacrosse. Or no,
Here I am,
curling.
I need to too.
That's what she does. She goes to watch curling when we play that song. She doesn't like it very much. I don't blame her. Song about dirty old drugs. Happy birthday, Aunt Betty. Although I think your birthday was last week. For some reason. I don't know why. I'll have to look into it now, Neil. Who do you think is righter?
Me.
There's a mosquito in here. I'm trying to see it on the screen so I can just reach out and grab it. And it's just like a lizard It's driving me nuts. It keeps getting in my
Was that
head.
some sort of, psychological association? Neil's being a bit of a pest.
No, not at all. Not
Okay,
at all.
okay.
No.
Just
no.
checking.
Uh,
I think that's.
we put out a couple videos this summer. We put out a video for Drunk, Stoned, and Broke, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to shoot, a lot of fun to put out and share with you guys, and the single as well. And then $1 a Day was out, and we've got Pain Free Living coming out in September. The video's done, the single's off being mastered. Mr. Noah Mintz, who you all remember from our show on mastering. Noah is it's in his capable hands right now, which is fantastic. But this is $1 a Day, not Pain Free Living, because Aunt Betty doesn't like Pain Free Living. $1 a day for you, Aunt Betty. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I was walking down the road, and when a stranger passed my way, it was empty in his business eyes. He made no move to step aside, he disregarded me. His brain was bleeding compromise. It would be a rude awakening if I knocked him down and stole away his shoes. There's no place that I'd rather be, and that place is anywhere here but next to you. Well, you'll work harder with a gun at your back for $1 a day. You'll trade away your years to fight the fears they feed you for $1 a day. I stopped along the way to hear a politician speak. He stood to stand for something. He promised better futures for everyone who toed the line and got behind him. He grew ugly and unwise as he lied about the lies and how they made him feel. The cracks in his disguise grew wider and unwise. They could not conceal the truth that he tried to conceal. Well, you'll work harder with a gun at your back for $1 a day. You'll trade away your years to fight the fears they feed you for $1 a day. Well, you'll work harder with a gun at your back for $1 a day. You'll trade away your years to fight the fears they feed you for $1 a day. That was fun. Sorry, I forgot we were live there for a minute in the solo. I was doing one of those rehearsal things where it's like, oh, what was that thing I was trying to do once before? And started sort of trying to look for something rather than knowing what was happening. It's a rehearsal technique, not a live technique. I just got confused for a moment because this is the exact same place where I sit during rehearsal. And it's getting harder and harder to tell rehearsal from this.
You forgot the camera was on.
I totally forgot the camera was on.
So I came by the Old Mill Park on my way, as I do every Wednesday evening.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah.
Who's over there?
All summer there's been a concert every Wednesday night, right? Usually a country band.
Yeah.
Tonight, no band.
What happened?
Well, it's what they call the summer's end.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Is
a
it really?
sign that the end is near.
Ah,
Wow.
It just gets dark too early, so they don't do a concert after supper,
Wow. Well then,
nice segue.
Thank you.
that brings up a
saving
very
that
nice
for the
point, my
next
friend.
I figured that. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you've been waiting. You've been waiting all week for that. No, that's great. Thank you. Wow. Oh, that is sad though. I noticed it this week. I totally sort of went. It's dark a lot earlier.
It is.
Yeah, it is dark a lot earlier. That's a little bit weird. This is a song called Summer's End. Summer's end, around the benches flying. The swimming suits are on the line, just trying. I'll meet you there per our conversation. I hope I didn't ruin your whole vacation. Well, you'll never know how far from home you're feeling until you watch the shadows cross the ceiling. I don't know, but I can see it snowing. In your car, the windows are wide open. Come on home, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Valentines break hearts and minds at random. That old Easter egg ain't got a leg to stand on. Well, I can see that you can't win for trying. New Year's Eve is bound to leave you crying. Come on home, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Stars hang out in bars just talking. I still love that picture of us walking, just like that old house we thought was haunted. Summer's end came faster than we wanted. So come on. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Come on home. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Summer's End, nicely tied into the entire evening thanks to Mr. Grant and his way with words. His way with words. I printed 6 set lists tonight by mistake, and God forbid I got one here in front of me. So next week, this was interesting. So I was a part of the Much Music scene in the 90s when all the VJs were coming on. There was a whole slew. They were like gods and goddesses. And what a time they had. Their desk was in the middle of it's like the NPR, the tiny desk concerts. It's just like it's real cool to get some of the best bands in the world to come in and play in your office. Much Music was much like that, but on a scale they'd flood Queen Street on a Friday night with a couple thousand kids. Mm-hmm. It was insane. We used to walk down Queen Street. It was a thing to do. Let's walk down by the Much Music building, and you just go see what was going on. And you might stumble upon somebody in town who's doing something there. So it was always interesting. And recently, one of the VJs, Bill Wilichka, has written a book, the main title being The Happy Has Been, and then there's a much longer title, which has too many words for me to remember. But I sat down and chatted with Bill. I got an advance copy of the book, thanks to his publicist, Deb. And I got to sit down with him, and we talked about the book without talking about it for a good time, which was fantastic. He's a great guy to chat with. I mean, and it was a weird one for me because he's literally interviewed everybody on the planet. There's I'm looking through pictures of him, and every artist you can name is like a picture. He's got pictures with him. He was, that was what he did. And then I got to actually interview him, which was kind of weird. But we just actually ended off having a chat, so it was really nice. So Bill Wilichka will be on the show next week, and his new book is called The Happy Has Been, and you can get it on all the stuff, all the Amazons and Primes, and there's no more Indigo or Chapters or anything, is there?
Yeah.
Is that stuff still there?
Yeah.
Really?
Still there.
You have to go into it?
You can.
Oh wow, what's that like?
It's an adventure.
I bet.
Yeah. It's an adventure.
They still all have coffee shops,
Yes. The bigger ones.
right?
Yeah.
I always
Ones
thought-
with the bucks.
The ones with they got the Starbucks in them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always felt weird because I want to go in. I'm like, oh, I want to get a Starbucks, and then I want to wander around and read a book. But then I'm like, I'm not allowed to wander around in here with a coffee. And then I look around, everybody else is, and I think, well, yes, I am. And then I start picking up books. I'm thinking, oh fuck, I'm gonna spill this coffee on the books.
Right. And then you feel like you have to buy it almost because you're
Yeah,
afraid you're
and
gonna
then I
spill
sit
something
down
out.
for a few minutes. I say, well, I'm gonna thumb through them. It's been a while since I've been in a bookstore, and I lay my coffee down. And I thumb through them, and then some of them look a little used. And I'm like, oh fuck, I don't like bookstores anymore.
No.
No, I stopped reading too. The internet came along. And now my reading gets done for me. In fact, even I can even watch a show on TV, and the words can come up, so I don't need to hear the person, and I can have the computer read the words to me in a computer voice if I wanted that.
I read once a week.
You read once a week?
Yeah, the set list.
The set list.
Yeah.
I actually do a lot of reading. It's just a different application of reading.
I used to.
these days.
Mr. Grant does. He's
I read
He reads-
voluminously.
Voluminously.
yes, you do.
Now, has your reading ceased to be as aggressive since you got Netflix?
It's
And
like on
YouTube?
Netflix and YouTube. It's relaxed a little bit.
It's the dumbing down of Mr. Grant.
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
The re-education of Mr. Brigitte.
Oh my, Mr.
I
Grant.
did just read Salman Rushdie's book from
Oh, did you?
2019.
The Satanic Verses?
No, Keyshot.
Ah, okay. Oh,
It was one of his
2019, no, of course
newer
not.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Keyshot,
Can you spell?
as in Quixote.
Okay.
Huh.
And was it good?
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was a quest story.
Quest story.
Quest for love, for the love.
Was it a quest for love or a quest for
And
money?
then it ends up in a little bit of a sci-fi.
Sort of
ending.
a thing, eh?
Yeah.
Sci-fi. Sounds wild.
Well, he does like to blend his realities. He's a good writer. Anyway, I recommend.
Oh, I thought you meant just.
He's
I thought you meant
multidimensional
he
here.
smoked a lot of
Yeah.
weed. That's all. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay, song I
That's
still can't
another book.
friggin' learn the words for. New song called Barstools and Broken Hearts. I should know the words by now, but I can't. I started each line with the same fucking word. I gotta remember the second word of each line. It's really annoying. I'll get it. No worries.
Fire the writer. What can I say?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Broken mind and broken body, coming home to find the life and love before the war turned cold and broke down over time. Broken family and broken love, tangled stories made up of the time you were away. A broken soldier's heart replays. Stop pretending there's a war outside. Don't pretend to be the truth from days gone by. It's just barstools and broken hearts, another night to fall apart. Puzzle pieces in my head, another stranger in my bed. It's just barstools and broken hearts, another day, another start to face the truth and climb that hill. Another prayer unwinds. Alone with the truth is the hardest time to kill. Broken jobs and broken dreams, a little too old it seems. The life you thought you'd have lives only as an illusion now it seems. Broken wallet and broken heart to put you in this place. The whiskey, drugs and cigarettes are filling up that empty space. Stop pretending it's just the way things go. Don't pretend to be the lies that we all know. It's just barstools and broken hearts, another night to fall apart. Puzzle pieces in my head, another stranger in my bed. It's just barstools and broken hearts, another day, another start to face the truth and climb that hill. Another prayer unwinds. Alone with the truth is the hardest time to kill. Broken promises and broken youth, the radio songs played from our youth, the bands that we all loved, pushed in words we sang like morning doves. Broken world and broken people trying to get ahead. Well, the sympathy that we all need for all intents gets left for dead. Stop pretending it's just the way things go. Don't pretend to be the truth from the lies that we all know. It's just barstools and broken hearts, another night to fall apart. Puzzle pieces in my head, another stranger in my bed. It's just barstools and broken hearts, another day, another start to face the truth and climb that hill. Another prayer unwinds. Alone with the truth is the hardest time to kill. There you go. That's a new one. It's starting to come together. I got the first two verses mostly in. It's a lot of words, and when I look down, I get confused. I mean, this, you know, I tried like making little, you know, phrase notes. You know, remember this word. Remember this word. Okay, here's a key line. Here's the second key line. And I just look down. It looks like a fucking mess. So maybe I need to get my glasses checked. It could very well
Well,
be.
at least it's not a pie chart. Then it'd be a key line pie chart.
My limes are doing really well in the yard, thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
I have so many limes right now, it's incredible. Don't come steal them. They're beautiful little limes, yeah.
Post it on Facebook. Yeah.
No, yeah, geotag
then
it
that
with
would
the
be stolen
address,
for sure.
exactly. The San Pellegrino cans, the little juice cans, 6 in a box for like $8 or something stupid. which I pay because I fucking
Also
am addicted
stupid.
to them. But they're really good for you. They're fruit juice. I like them. You look like you're looking at me like I'm wrong. You're looking at me like Stan looks at me all the time.
I taught him, you know that, right?
I know. Chuchi. I want to make a shout out to Elaine Bushnick. Elaine's a friend of ours. She's part of the gang. Do we got a picture of Elaine there? I think I pulled one up there today. There she is. Beautiful Elaine. Elaine comes to the pub and hangs out with Sabrina and Judy and Rob. They all come down from the Marmora Madoc area. I say Marmora Madoc because they both start with M, and I don't know which one it is they're from.
Marmora.
So I always combine it into the area. They're from the Marmora Madoc area. They're from Marmora?
It's really more Marmora Havelock, so I'd say Mavlock.
Mavlock. Okay, so they're all from Mavlock. Rob was out walking
Or
last week.
Harmora, that's really good. Actually, I like Harmora.
Harmora, that's a good one too. But it's not the two M's that you're going the wrong way. Oh no, you're still going the wrong way. Either way. Elaine's a great smile, and she's always fun when she comes out to the pub. And when I see her elsewhere as well. Back in February, Elaine was in a pretty bad car accident. I believe sort of caught her off guard, and she ended off having a lot of stuff in the hospital. She's had a pretty crappy year.
She has.
You know, she's had lots of ups and downs, and then she was out of the hospital recently, and then she was back in, and she was they happened to be in the hospital last week, and Rob went out for a walk at about 9:30, and we happened to be on the front stoop doing our after show ritual, much like our pre-show ritual, anyways, Rob came up and chatted with us, and he came in, had some food, and hung out, and Rob sent me a beautiful letter today. You know, you get the emails, and you know, it's usually just an email. Sometimes you get an email and it's a letter, and this was a letter from Rob. And I just want to say thanks for sending that, Rob. Great perspective on what you guys have been going through, and it's great to hear that there are small recoveries happening all the time, and we'll be getting Elaine back out with the gang soon, and you as well, Rob, because I know that you're working diligently as a caregiver, and I understand that as well. So. Elaine and Rob have been missed, and I just wanted to sort of send our best out to them, and I think they're watching tonight, so loved you guys, and positivity, strength, and healing, and all that stuff that you need. I'm sure you have an incredible community around you, but you know where we are too. So you know, not that this song reflects Elaine in any way, or Rob for that matter.
Anybody else that we can think of?
Yeah. I can think of a few people that
Yeah,
this
I
song
know.
definitely reflects.
That was total sarcasm.
But we will dedicate this one to Elaine tonight on her path to getting better, and Rob for being along and carrying the weight while it's happening, and all of her friends and family as well. I'm going to check the message board one last time, see what's going on there. Lime's nice, okay. Jigs and Reels. Hey, how you doing, Jigs and Reels, Newfoundland Music Radio Show? Thank you very much. You guys have been supportive as of recently. I've come across you, and you've been sharing some of my stuff, and it's nice to see you tuning in. And the rest of the gang I see is all here. Looks like the full gang. Thank you very much, folks. It's been a fun night. Dougie Oliver, thank you for coming on the show and telling us all about Crooks Rapids. I'm really excited to be there. We had a great time last year, the Goats did. We had Leo Marcher playing drums with us, and we had a fantastic time there, and I'm looking forward to playing some bass with the Irelands this weekend too. I think that's 6:30 Saturday if you're around. This is for Elaine and Rob. It's a song called Drunk, Stoned, and Broke. It goes just like this. 1, 2, 3. No. Hold on one second. What song did I say we were doing?
Drunk, Stoned, and Broke.
That's right. And what song did I play?
That was something else. We're not sure what it was
Right.
going to be.
Okay,
I think
so
you were back to Barstools and Broken Hearts.
so I was the one in error.
Yes.
Okay, and we're certain of that.
Yes.
Okay. Well then, I'll try
If
this
we're
one.
certain of anything, I don't know anymore. We're all kind of, drunk, stoned. and broke.
1, 2, 3, 4. drunk, stoned, and broke, and I don't know if I'll see the sun tomorrow. And if I come down from this place, I hope that I might never see your face again. Push back another round and drown away my sorrow. You know I'll hate myself tomorrow. But good God, I need it tonight. Good God, I need it tonight. Have another toke and slip quietly to understand nothing. Your words like poison smoke, and I'd rather see you floating in the air. Push back another round and drown away my sorrow. You know I'll hate myself tomorrow. But good God, I need it tonight. Good God, I need it tonight. Stoned and broke, and I don't know if I'll see the sun tomorrow. And if I come down from this place, I hope that I might never see your face again. Push back another round to drown away my sorrow. You know I'll hate myself tomorrow. But good God, I need it tonight. Good God, I need it tonight. But good God, I need it tonight. I said, God, I need it. Drunk, stoned, and broke for Elaine and Rob and the entire Marmora Madoc Havelock Marmora Madoc gang.
Them too.
Them too. Nice to see a few of them there when we shot the video. Oh, that night sort of flew by. Is it actually after 9, Barry?
Yeah, 9:18.
That's perfect. That's exactly as I scheduled it to be done by 9:20. Does anybody have anything to say in the last 120 seconds? Your daughter said she's doing well, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Happy to hear from Emily.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Mr. Barry, you've been doing a ton of work on your house, on the outside of your house.
Yeah. New landscaping.
Yeah, they brought in those big bulldozers that I see out in Alberta, like the ones that take up 2 lanes. I know, I couldn't believe what they were doing over
Down my
there.
driveway, man.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
amazing.
What a thing you got going over there, man. Congratulations on that. It must feel good.
Yeah, it does.
Must feel good to have.
Until I write the check.
Yeah. But you're saying writing the check will be less painful than if you had done it yourself and with the damage you've done to your back. So,
I'll never get finished myself.
yeah.
No, not a
And
chance.
you're using Althouse over there, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job. They're great people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Whiskey Wednesday once again. It is sometime in September or August. When are we?
August.
It's not September yet?
Not yet.
No.
Whoa.
I know. I'm still thinking it's July, but I thought I'd take a stretch and move into. Anyways, the days are getting shorter, which means the night creatures have longer to be out, so they get stronger. The daylight hours are a little bit more dangerous because they get to, they get all that night energy. So be careful, and while you're out there, be nice and be friendly and be honest and watch out for the night creatures.
Oh, man, I hate it when he gets scientific on this.
Scientifical. I know, that's my thing. That's
Let
my
me know
thing.
when that happens, will you?
And most of all, ladies and gentlemen, be like Steve. We'll see you next week. Cheers. Once again, thanks for spending another Wednesday with us here at Storyhouse Studios. Thanks to Trainer, Yorkville, and a Longtooth Beverage Company for being a part of the show. We love our time on the Whiskey Wednesday show and appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit up the tip jar if you feel so inclined. Never expected, but always appreciated. Tune in every week for more guests, songs, stories, drinks, and gear talk. And don't forget to visit the website, www.kentizzard.com, to sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday wrap-up. Compiled by Allison, this is a monthly overview with highlights, directories of songs, and so much more. Be kind, be helpful, be happy, be safe. See you next week.
The seal on a Jim Beam cannon.